Today is a good day. Today is a new day. Hey, but every day is a good day. I don't care what them troubles say. I'm looking at life my way. Hey, and today is a good day. Today is a good day. Wake up, it's a good day. Hey, hey. Good morning, good morning. Hey. And thank you for joining. Hey. And we just clearing out this energy. Good morning. We just clearing out this energy. Hey. Today is a good day. Hey. I don't care what them people say. We don't worry about yesterday. Today is a good day. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, it's a good day. Doing it my way. Hey. Good morning, and thank you for joining. Grand Rising, whatever you say. Just know today is a good day. We praying, we winning, we shining. Good morning, let's go, get grinding. Hey, today is a good day. Yeah, today is Saturday. Hey, it's gotta be a good day. Hey, there ain't no other way. Hey, today is a great day. Good morning, keep shining, keep winning. We working, we stretching, we winning. Good morning, Grand Rising. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good morning, and thank you for joining. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, and thank you for joining. Hey, Grand Rising, we winning, we shining. Hey, good morning. Today is a great day. Hey, hey. Today is a new day. We winning, we shining, we stretching. Hey, hey. Today is a good day. Hey, I don't care about them other days. Hey, hey, we got a new day. Hey, hey, we got a new day. Hey, hey, this called a new day. Get up, get going, we winning. Hey, cause today is a good day. Hey, it's a good day. Good morning, Grand Rising, whatever you say. Just know today is a good day.
Hey.
Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well, in good energy, good spirits, and attracting the life you desire, because it's your birthright. We're coming through real quick, real brief. We ain't trying to hold you too long, okay? But we do want to come through with a real brief message for you guys. So good morning.
Real quick message. Good morning, early morning, Grand Rising. I pray everyone is in good spirits. And we just going to jump right into this reading. See these cards talking about.
We're going to let the cards talk.
We ain't going to be here long. We got some things to do today.
Okay. Good morning. Make sure you guys share this video out. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Gary, Ara, I think. I can't see. I might have said your name wrong. No disrespect. Okay. But good morning. All right, let's see. Acknowledge. That's a good way to start. Okay. We got Justice 1313 coming out, okay? Number 13 could be significant. You could be 26 years old. You could have a 13-year-old child. You could have gone through some kind of 13-year cycle or something like that. There could be something that happened to you at the age of 13, and justice is coming out now. When you start to live a better life, things start to, heal themselves and clean up, and, justice comes in. It says something about a change here. Rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, and love. Okay, now I'm one to always remind us that character is built by what we do when nobody is looking, right? So that's very important in this energy. Get ready for good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling, but I feel like you already know this. I feel like a lot of you guys, when you were children, you had a lot of strange occurrences. I feel like there were some supernatural things that happened that you couldn't explain. Maybe even some adults didn't believe you. Whatever it is, you have a higher calling. It's something that was inside of you when you were born, something like that. Put your energy towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. So you could be like walking into a point in your life where it just feels like things are working finally. Okay, I'm hearing somebody like finally. You could be really feeling at peace. This is your justice. You don't have to live in negativity forever. When you do things, you have to pay for what you do. But once you start cleaning up your life, things get better. It doesn't mean that every day is going to be peaches and cream, but it means that, when challenges come, you will be able to deal with them differently. I feel like this is justice here. Now, there could be someone who has a rebellious 13-year-old, okay? I feel like, when you have those rebellious teenagers, it's just important to remember how you conduct yourself is very important, for how they go. The Bible says train a child up how you want them to go, right? So if you keep doing the work, then the child will eventually, they'll catch on, right? Maybe not right now. They want to be rebellious. We all been rebellious, right? We all went against whatever our parents were saying. So just keep remembering that you are the guidance in this child's life, okay? Something about that. Change does come, So if you're going through some kind of situation with a child, just know that, just keep walking your walk. Keep showing and proving. Children like action. They like action. They don't really like a whole bunch of talking. They really watch us on a deeper level. And as my children grow, I'm really learning that, they watch us on a very deep level. So just remember, if you're going through that stage 13 rebellion, just let your child know, just hold them accountable. Look, you're at the age where this is the age of accountability. Acknowledge, accountability. So something like that. Justice is here. I feel like, there's a lot of good energy surrounding us all. What are we going to do with it, right? And that's what it is. Like, what do you choose to do with the energy that is surrounding you right now?
Okay. All right, so I got acknowledge, maintain discipline, and just the natural. And when she was just now building about something being in you from birth, that's where I'm getting this just the natural energy. Acknowledge, maintain discipline. So what I feel like is as you move ahead, right? Acknowledge, first of all, for those of us that believe, you want to acknowledge God, but this is more of a card about self, acknowledging the things about you, the areas where you gifted at, right? And this is a certain type of acknowledgement that I feel like this is not you listening to somebody telling you what to do. This is not you falling into initiation with other people and other beliefs. And it's none of that. This is basically acknowledging what was put in you from birth. Once you acknowledge it, maintain the discipline of life, because sometimes when we step into these gifts, sometimes we end up worse off than we was, And the reason being is because we misuse our power. So as you acknowledge yourself and you acknowledge your enlightenment, you acknowledge what's coming alive in you, maintain discipline with it, right? And also just the natural, this is just a reminder that the things that God gives you, God gives us. They don't come from other people. So They don't need the validation of other people to be activated. They don't need the criticism of others. It needs none of that. It's just something that's in you. You're a natural at it. You're just a natural at it. Whatever your gift is. And according to the Bible, that's the way that God gifts us. Like, gives us gifts according to our natural talents and abilities, right? So somebody, whatever it is, you're just a natural at it. Acknowledge self-acknowledgement, self-awareness. Like, think about this as I move out of this. You can be held responsible for the things that you say and do when you're aware of what you're saying and doing, right? So you want to acknowledge that about yourself. Like, when you step into this power, people who step into their gift, well, with that comes a greater responsibility. Everything gets greater, even your karma, when you step into. So just acknowledge all these things as you move forward, right? And maintain discipline. Don't start doing nothing weird and extraordinary with your power. Like, be patient. Let it manifest. Definitely stay away from guidance of people who fall into your spirit. You don't want to accept too much guidance from a person and their spirit don't resonate with yours. Like, because some people, they do that. They have you out here. You be out in left field somewhere, right?
Yeah, I feel the spirit of persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I seen this card and I seen 222 and I tried to ignore it, but it fell out again, so I'm gonna take it. Wonders, okay. 222 is coming out on Grand Rising. Good morning, Empress. Right? Great transformation, major change, opportunity, fast pace, forward, and process. Okay. You aren't a victim of your circumstances, rather you are a beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for your best, okay? At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. So, be proud of yourself. It could feel very unfamiliar where you are right now because you've never been here before. So it's not supposed to feel familiar to you. So you're not supposed to know everything. You're not supposed to know exactly which way to go because you've never been here before. This is a new experience, okay? Something about a transformation for you. You can have major control issues. You could be a person who is adverse to change at some points. Maybe you feel like your life is set at a point where it's already good. I don't really need any more change, and you're scared to change because the last time you had change, you didn't really care for the change that happened, right? So you adjusted your life to how you wanted it so it could feel how you wanted it to feel. Well, major changes here, okay? Very fast too. There are some things that are uncontrollable. Okay, yeah, there it is, right? Some things that are going to happen very fast and you are not in control, but guess what? You're being guided for your greatest good. Every time you're being moved and shifted, and every time something happens and changes, even if it doesn't look like it, it's always going to be for your greatest good because you are protected. Okay. So wonders. Okay, get ready, strap your boots up, put your belt on, your big girl panties, your big boy boxes, whatever you gotta do, your briefs, do your thing. But, it's time. You can't stay in the same position and you can't expect to know where you're going because you haven't been here. Okay?
Faith.
There it is. Whoop, there it is. Faith.
Okay, so I'm gonna step inside somebody's frame of mind work because I feel like this, right? It says innovation and gratitude. So you can really be noticing that you good with coming up with things and things get out of alignment when you don't have the energy of gratitude, right? For somebody, maybe that could be your crutch, right? the fact that you fall away from gratitude and things that still gratitude, concern, worry, you know, sometimes jealousy, malice, all of these things preoccupy the mind and heart, right? And you be in a predisposed position of anything but gratitude, right? And I feel like that's the way that the enemy move. But if you notice, when you pulled away from gratitude, innovation and gratitude, that's kind of being pulled away from a certain alignment. So things can be falling out of place for somebody simply because you don't show gratitude, right? And then it says calmness. And definitely I feel like with this calmness, I feel like Spirit is trying to steer somebody towards being able to fight for your peace. And fighting from a place of calmness is always best, right? So how do I slip into the energy of calmness when things around me are trying to rob me of my peace? How do I find calmness? It's out here, gratitude. That's the perfect way to calmness. Because somebody, maybe you let things get your spirit worked up. You know, maybe the enemy attacks you best when you're able to be pulled out of your calm place. So gratitude leads you back to a place of calmness and stillness, right? Very innovative mind right here. I feel like a person, you have a certain connection to the divine, and inside this connectivity, right, it needs to be fed with gratitude.
Yeah.
Because the lack of gratitude, it stops forward motion. It stops the universe from moving how it wants to move in your favor, simply because when you don't show gratitude, you got all these other energies, and they not all of them, you can't receive in them.
Gratitude gives you remembrance.
Right.
Right? It gives you remembrance of what's already been done, what's possible, right? So gratitude is a very good energy to stay in.
It helps you to receive. Think about it. When you worrying, you definitely can't receive when you worrying. Right? Sometimes you miss opportunities when you worry and they right in your face.
Right.
Like if you ever think about it, a calm mind makes a more balanced decision. Me and my wife, we done been faced with immeasurable odds at times. And you know what I always grit for when things try to get hysterical? Calmness. Like, calmness.
You ever notice, like, when you're in a rush to go to work or something or get somewhere, and you're looking for your keys, right? The keys sitting right there, but you can't find them, right? You everywhere. Oh my God, then you look, you take a moment, the keys are right there.
Yeah, a lot of times we miss things right in our face because the mind slips away from calmness. And once it does that, it becomes preoccupied with all these other things, right? And it's blocking the flow of somebody's gratitude. I'm telling you, gratitude change your day. In any, you can be going through out a day. You can be having a rough day. Try it out sometime. Next time you're having a rough day, move away from your day and find somewhere where you can just slip into gratitude. You know, quick prayer, quick meditation, thankfulness, sudden awareness of life, right? Sometimes gratitude, you just, thank you, Lord, you know? But when it's sincere, it's enough to turn the energy around, because gratitude gonna lead you to something good. A lack thereof is going to block you. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, y'all, I'm going to get one more out of here before we go. We just felt really drawn to come on this morning, so we didn't want to just skip this morning. So, let's see. Okay, we got 12/21. Wow. You know, it's crazy. Something about the winter.
Yeah,
was
talking about.
I was just talking to my husband this morning, and I was like, it's winter time. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And I was like, well, let me see when the winter starts. I think it's January 21st, December 21st, something like that.
I said, baby, we in winter, baby.
He was like, we had a winter, baby, right? So 12/21. I don't know. Something about this winter. Something about this winter in your hibernation. I don't know, I feel like you're in a hibernating season where you could literally just be hibernating, learning, evaluating self, and just really trying to learn how to live without others' energy necessarily. Not that you don't have other people around, but not being codependent on other people's energy. Really being able to see how you feel in your own energy. Something like that. We got taking action here. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, let me get it out, y'all. Reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
I couldn't get it out. Self-reconciliation, okay, and taking action. Time to implement long cherished ideas. Making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust the process. This is like the same card almost, okay? Somebody's birthday could be December 21st.
This morning when we looked into it and it popped up 1221 is the start of winter.
Yes, that's crazy.
And you just pulled 1221 up. So I'm gonna give you the intuition I had this morning.
Okay.
Because when she pulled up 1221 and it was the start of winter, the instant thought that came to me is a cold winter, right? And a cold winter meaning like, like I feel like we live in a time where people can be very cold and very careless, right? And I feel like a lot of it is coming from the involvement that people have. The spiritual activity is at an all-time high with people. Like you got people unlocking spirits into their lives, people unlocking spirits into their families, spirits unlocking. It's a cold winter. And literally, figuratively as well as literally. So, bundle up.
Okay.
Like be prepared. Like you have to be prepared for this coldness. Like, like literally and physically. Like you don't want to be moving. It's not a time for you to be trusting things that's dangerous. Right? And I'm just giving you what they're giving me. If something is dangerous to you, it has an element of danger and it's presenting it to you, right? It's not a time to be trying to trust or love those kind of things, right?
It says that the right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. It doesn't say you have to go searching for these things. It doesn't say that you have to look for these things. It says these things are being sent to you. So make sure that these things are being sent to you. If something is coming up to you and approaching itself to you, in a way that has been sent to you, you may want to be open to it. Because sometimes we block ourselves, and it says flow on this card. Allow things to flow.
I got taken you got taken action, and then I got take a chance. But it's all because I got take a chance, and then I got pause.
Ooh.
So you know what that reminds me of?
Be still.
Be cautious. Like, how when they say take it, like imagine if you going somewhere and you uncertain, you take a step, you pause, you look around, you make sure, I feel like this kind of take a chance and then pause is just basically like, pay attention to what you're doing. More or less, I'm gonna say this. Not a time to really make light of things. Like, this is I don't feel like it's a time where you want to just, again, make light of things that's dangerous. For some, keep hearing danger. Like maybe we flirt with danger too much,
we
right?
do.
Or the element of danger, right? And this shit is dangerous out here. Like for instance, one big thing. Thank you, Spirit, because I'm sitting here, I'm drifting in, and I'm just letting it into trying to see what Spirit is saying, and I see it. One of the biggest things that's dangerous to us as a collective is when we start making excuses to be involved with people that's involved with dark shit spiritually, right? That's dangerous because the evil gonna come for you. You gotta realize that, like, if you purpose to do something in life, You can't just willy-nilly start being with people. Once it becomes spiritual in your life, it's different. Like when you was asleep, it was cool. You know, certain things, universe give you, God give you mercy. But when you awaken, that's like you being awakened and you dealing with somebody and they like, yeah, I practice this, that, and the third.
And you think it's a game.
And you like, okay, we can still be cool. We friends. That's dangerous for you.
It says a house divided can't stand.
Danger, the element of danger is very real. Even taking chances with people that's unaware of what they doing. Thank you, Spirit. Even some people, it's not about everybody that practice spiritual things. Some people, they just dark spiritually, period, point blank. So you got to assess that too and realize when enough is enough with that.
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous.
Yeah. Especially when people like to tinker around with things they really don't know what they're doing, but they like to keep doing it. At some point, you got to separate yourself from that.
Or you involved with a person that's from a bloodline full of people and they all been doing the same thing. And this person ain't showing no signs of change. That becomes dangerous for you because you know you messing with a person that's moving underneath of a curse.
A
generational. So if they not willing to move away from it or it become dangerous for you, all these little things are the details because some of these things be the reason why we can't go. We can't get where we try and go at. When we look in the background, it's people we be connected to. They be dangerous. They be dangerous, right? On a spiritual level.
Right.
So I feel like maybe we need to be more aware of it, right? Start calling things how they is.
A spade, a spade.
Yeah, stop. We making room for things to be how we want them to be. God gave you insight for you to be able to call things how they are, right? They call things for what they are, not what we want them to be, not what we expect them to be, not what we think we have the strength to make them into, and not what we trying to force.
Yeah.
All that shit is dangerous energy, right?
Yeah. We built off possibilities too long.
Right.
Okay? The illusions like that's not this year.
You know, if you exercising the energy from within yourself and you reaching for your higher self, North Node we call it. You in that energy. Messing with anybody that ain't in that energy is dangerous. Because the gravitational pull downward is far more, it's so hard to resist, right? Think about this. Think about what I'm saying and assimilate it to this. Imagine you got a clean ass house, right? But you want to link up with somebody and they pig pen. They don't even understand how to be clean, right? Who you think gonna win the battle? Soon as you clean up, they gonna mess up. Soon as you clean up, they gonna mess up. Soon as you clean up, they gonna mess up. Then eventually you're gonna become exhausted. And when we become exhausted spiritually, that's when shit break and crack. That's when spirits grab a hold of you. We live in a day where people allow themselves to be under demonic possession and demonic subjugation, not taking heed to what I'm saying. If you lay around with a demon,
you're gonna have a demon seed.
You're gonna have a demon seed. The demon gonna be on you. You're gonna contend with it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, y'all.
Real quick, real fast. We ain't want your whole bunch of time. We told y'all we was gonna be real quick, real fast. In a hurry, hey, but you gotta get this message. Hey, you gotta get this message. Hey, come and catch this message. Hey, message. Hey, we come through with a message. Hey, catch this message. Hey, you gotta catch this message. We love you guys so much. We on the run, guys, so we'll catch you guys throughout the day. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for your time, your energy, your comments. Hey, coming through with this message. Hey, we got a message. Hey.